Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back for another inbox review. And this time we're going to look at Great War Hobbies 48 scale Mig-29 in the very nice digi camo from the Slovakian Air Force. Okay, excuse the battered box. I've had this in my stash for a year or two. It's dusty, scratched up, and it's kind of falling apart a little bit. And also it's a pretty big box, so I can't quite fit it in the camera shot. So I got my whole cutting mat, but it's just quite fit. So yeah, anyway, here we go. So this is Great War Hobbies limited edition Mig-29AS, and it's the camo kind of, digital camo kind of scheme, which all comes in decals. So we'll take a look at this in a minute. So there you go. So it's kit number S4809, and it's 48 scale. So you don't get the Amazon Basics folder with this. What I used to do was I used to keep all my decals separately in binders, and I used to keep them in these folders. Now I just keep them in the boxes because everything's in temperature controlled. So what you do get is a instruction book, decal sheet, and quite extensive decals, obviously for the digi camo. A little bit of photo etch, and a couple of parts there, which might be resin. We'll take a look in a minute. You get a box, which has some stuff in it, and you get some screws. Not tons of screws, but you get a few screws. Let's start, as always, with instructions, and we'll make our way around this in a minute. Okay. So these instructions are kind of, I don't know if it's where I stored it, if it turned yellow. The yellow paper was when I got it, but anyway, so yellowy kind of instructions. Special thanks to Peter McGregor and Mr. Anton Mezo, I guess. Typical Great War Hobbies of old yesteryear, where you get random pieces of paper for instructions. So it looks like this is kind of like the cover page. The parts list, black and white, and color callouts in guns. Okay, let's try to figure our way through these instructions. So, okay, so different booklets basically. Okay. What the hell is going on here? So it looks like parts 1 to 9 in the first kind of fold out. So start with the seat and a cockpit tub. It looks like we have tons of decals for each instrument individually. To be honest, I don't mind a whole big giant decal because normally with some micro-solid set kind of goes down nicely over all the raised parts. But this one we have all the separate little decals. And if you are looking for a Mig-29 48 scale, the Great War Hobbies is definitely the way to go. It's the best kit in this scale by light years ahead of Academy. As you'll see as we go through this plastic and the instructions here, what detail you get. So looks like you have the open or closed. Then moving through, looks like we're doing the main wheelbase. Then the tails. Bring the cockpit into the top of the tub, sandwiching the two together, now the two tails, and the wing fences, flaps. And this is where it kind of gets nice now, some of these detail you get in these kits. Four engines, and you actually have a dolly, so you can display one outside of the engine, which is really neat. So you get two full engine, both engines fully detailed, and if you want, you can display it on this little dolly kind of next to the kit. Because often you spend all this time working on these things, adding some wire, painting it and stuff, and then straight in the fuselage, you never see it again. So moving on, 8, it's like working the intakes, fuel tank, center fuel line, center fuel tank, adding the engines in. This looks very much like a Trumpeter 32nd scale kit I built, where this back panel is separate, so if you want you can leave it off and you can actually see the engine detail, which I did on mine. Canopy, and adding nose, and a barometric pressure sensor. Canopy open or closed. Or closed and open. So this is the first kind of fold out, and then you go on to the next sheet. Alright, I don't want to do this all the time, I'll mess this up. Wait, we have no number 10. Bear with me a minute. Give me number 9. Oh yeah, we did, sorry, we have 10, and then 11. It's going to be reversed, so I mean backwards, so it's like kind of Arabic or Hebrew where you kind of start backwards. So gear, more gear, and looks like we're adding the landing gear bay doors. looking through that here. It looks like open and closed, possibly. We'll try to figure that out. Then we're doing speed brake, if you want open or closed. Pylons. More pylons. Adding a little bit of photo etch. And that is it. So, assuming there's no weapons on this, and that's because obviously I think it's like a show bird, it's like an air show kind of scheme. So, we'll take a look at that in a minute. So I didn't see any, when we looked at the plastic, I didn't see any weapons. So, tiny little decals. What are we gonna, not too much to see there. We got the color, got stencils. And obviously there's only one marking on this, and that's the tiger markings, the digi-camo. So this is the stencils, and then this is your decal positions for the camo, which is nice because masking and painting on this might be a bit of a nightmare. So against decals, the tiger on the back. This has caught my eye. Got digi-camo and tiger. What more can you ask for? Okay, next up. So you have a couple of little bits of resin, looks like it, and you have a photo etch. Okay, the decals, so you got the tigers, looking very nice. Some people complain of issues with Great Wall Hobbies decals. I've never had a problem. I built many of the kits and not had an issue at all, but maybe that's, I don't know, maybe a bit wrong. Maybe it's the older kits or something, I don't know. And then here's all your tiger markings. It's quite thick. As you can see, catch up in the light. Many stencils at top. There's a lot of carrier film. So what they've done there is there's like 4 or 5. There's 4 or 5, and I just put carrier film around the whole thing. You can kind of see. See that in the light. Okay, there's all decals. And on to the plastic. So first of all, we've got this box, which I think is going to be like the fuselage. This is the clear box. And that's exactly what it is. So, looking really nice. As always, Great Wall Hobbies kits have such nice detail, very fine. Catch that in the light. See that? Really nice. And the clear parts. And what's cool with these too, the bags are resealable, so it's nice because once I've done this review, I can seal them all back up again, protect everything. Clear parts. What's this plastic over the top here? That's pretty much perfect. That's really clear. Very nice. The best clear parts I've seen recently is Meng's brand new Hornet, that FA18E. That's just, I mean, I've not seen anything like that. That's perfection. But these are pretty close. These are really good clear parts. I'm gonna put these back in the bag so I don't scratch or damage any of this stuff. You know, I'll just do it later. Okay, and then we've got the nose sticking up and this sticking out through the bag. Zoom it, smidge out. Again, really nice. You got the stabilizers, the tail, one tail. So this must be. Oh, you know, it's one part. Normally, tails are always 2 parts. So, if you can see a detail on this too. And the intakes. Very nice. And nose. Okay, next up, a batch pair, which are the engines and a fuel tank. we have 2 of those. So you can kind of see the detail of the engine here. It's decent. I mean, add a little bit of wire and stuff, make it pop, and obviously once you have metallic paints and whatnot, it'll make it a lot better. Okay, so you get 2 of those. Okay, a bunch of little tiny parts, random stuff. Looks like wheels, weighted on wheels. With some tread on there. Looks pretty good. What else we got here? We've got that side of the cockpit tub. Wheelbase. Instrument panel. There you go. Nicely detailed. Looking pretty good. And then, yeah, like I said, there are no weapons in this one. Obviously, it's like a showbird kind of thing. So you got pylons. I think Bob Rope knows that thing, but again, nicely detailed. Various different types. Just little parts here and there. I'm not sure exactly what different struts and parts of gear, maybe. And last one is a big guy. And hopefully again you can see some of this detail on here. And then you got your open and closed vent doors. Your centerline fuel pod. Very nice. And that is it. If you've not built a Great Wars Hobbies kit before, I highly recommend it. I built several. I built the 48 scale F-15, the 72nd scale F-15. I built the 72nd scale Tomcat. I built some other ones too. I can't quite remember, but they always build it really nicely. The instructions are always a little bit of a headache, so maybe not quite for beginners because there's often lots of corrections and issues and stuff. But like kind of Kitty Hawk like. But the actual kits themselves are always beautifully molded, such fine recessed detail. You often get like little nice extras too. Like this has the engines. If you buy the F-15, you get the avionics bays and radar, I think, as well. So they always come nicely detailed. You don't really need much aftermarket on these guys. But yeah, really nice kits. They can be sometimes tricky to get hold of. They come from China. Lion Roll's the parent company. So if you do see them, I recommend you pick them up because there can be kind of some shortages in supply chain, that kind of stuff. They can be tricky at times to get them. But yeah, there's tons. They do every type of this Mig-29. They do the SMT. They do all the various types. But this one, like I said, is the special edition with a Slovakian digital camo. So that's it. So that's it for this week. I will see you on Friday for my usual build video, and then again next Tuesday for another review. So until then, have a great one. See you later. Bye.